Welcome back to another rebuild here on Madden 24, and today we're going to be doing another fantasy draft rebuild, but this time the AI will be drafting our team. Our latest fantasy draft rebuild was where we did the spin the wheel, which obviously it was challenging, but this could be even worse, as we still kind of had control over who we took, just not the position, whereas the AI could literally give us like Aaron Donald, who is a very good player, but in a challenge like this, it's going to take at least 3 seasons. Will Aaron Donald last more than 3 seasons? I don't know. Probably, maybe, I don't know, maybe not. But that's about it. I have a couple of other fantasy draft ideas, so if you guys have been enjoying these kind of, breaks from the regular rebuilds where it's not just like, here's the Cowboys, let's realistic rebuild them. You enjoy these kind of breaks where it's kind of more of a challenge rebuild. Maybe leave a like, maybe subscribe if you have any ideas yourself, let me know, as I've got a few. I think the next one I might do is AI drafts, but I can't make trades. Now, I'm not going to go crazy and trade away every player they give us, but there might be a few trades here or there that I might do if I feel like the value is there. It would kind of defeat the purpose if I just traded the whole roster off, but, that is going to be the plan. Let's go into this one with pick number 12. Now, obviously, we're not going to be drafting the players, but I am still curious to see who is available, so quarterback at this point, I don't know if we could get Russell Wilson, dude. I don't know when he goes, but wait, no, he's not superstar anymore, is he? Oh, okay. Could still get him, obviously, because, somebody drafts him, but you could already see that, other than, C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young or, maybe even Fields or something like that, we're kind of screwed already, because pick 12 is just not a good spot for a QB. I'm thinking of pick 12, what would they do? Justin Jefferson could be a real option. Edge rush could be an option. I'm just hoping it's someone under 30. That's really all that I can say. Let's go to the next pick. I think I will evaluate per pick, just because I think it's kind of fun to see, what we could have had, and just in general how dumb of a pick it was at the time. Please. I can live with it. Jalen Ramsey, he's 28, so he's a little older than I would like. When guys like, I would assume Jair were there, we seen Jefferson. So painful that it wasn't Justin Jefferson, but I got to back out so I can actually see these transactions. But like I said, not the worst pick, but definitely far from the best, mainly because the cornerbacks have been really good in the draft lately. I'm kind of curious to see when we were the Jaguars. Where the hell are they, dude? So it was Myles Garrett. So before our picks, Patrick Surtain, Micah Parsons, then ours, to bring back Jalen Ramsey to the Jaguars, mind you. Then Myles Garrett, Justin Jefferson, Nick Bosa, Jair Alexander, Tyreek Hill, and Jamar Chase. Out of the 10 picks in a row, we had by far the worst pick. But, you know what? Jalen Ramsey is still really good, so we are going to be just happy that it wasn't some, super old quarterback. Let's see what the next pick is. We're obviously going to have a nice pick here at 12. The second pick was Hassan Reddick. He is superstar now, right? Okay, thank you. Not the worst pick either, but once again, we're a bit up there for the age. Why are we going so high when there's probably other edge rushers there at the time? Either way, it's fine. Also, I didn't even think about it, but we're the Jaguars, so the draft is going to be built for a 3-4 in theory. Let's go to the next pick. Once again, not the worst picks. Definitely not the best, though. Would we have taken a quarterback in round 3? Garrett Wilson. Okay, I can live with that. That is our best pick so far. It is a little high for a third round, wide receiver. But you know what? Wide receiver goes pretty quickly. I don't hate that. I actually still think it's my favorite pick of the draft so far, because I can work with a long-term, wide receiver in Garrett Wilson. And then the next pick, Kyle Pitts. Okay, we are climbing back into this thing. The value there is immense. I imagine the next pick is maybe not going to be as favorable. I don't know when or who we're going to have at quarterback. What? But let's see the next pick. JSN, that's a really good pick because he's superstar in the game, I believe. Jonathan Taylor. Okay. This team is cooking. I think maybe at pick 10 I'll skip just because I don't know. I don't know why I would say that, but let's go again. I'm liking the last 3 picks. Uh-oh, Derek Carr is scaring me. What do we get? Elton Jenkins. Not bad either. Of course, 27, he's getting up there, but, the first 2 picks even, not that bad. The last 4, really, really good. I can work with all of this. This is good so far. The Jaguars are cooking. All right. Let's see. Now, that's not a good pick. Devondre's too old. Cameron Curl. I can live with him, too. 24 years old. I mean, this team is kind of cooking. Obviously not the fastest player in the world, but it's a rebuild, so we can live with that. I am loving this draft so far. Honestly, there's not a single pick I hate. Right? There's a couple picks I'm like, okay, maybe we could add someone else, but I don't hate any of the picks. Next pick was, okay, now here we are with my first pick I hate. Taylor Moton, 29 years old. Should still be here for, like, the rest of the rebuild, but that is, considering, where we are in the draft, that is a bit of a reach, I will say. It's maybe value because of his, him being a tackle, but that's not a good pick. That's a bad pick. We'll admit that one. And then Jakobi Meyers. He's still young enough, but another pretty iffy pick. Back-to-back really bad picks here. And then at pick 10, let's see what we get. Still no quarterback. Is there options? I think Anthony Richardson lasts pretty long. Howell I would love to take. Trey Lance is good enough. Please just take Howell, dude. Give me somebody. I can't believe they're giving me nobody at quarterback. I honestly feel this is a Daniel Jones team. I don't know what it is. I feel this is a team that is going to be drafting Daniel Jones. Baron Browning, okay, I can live with it. Not my favorite pick, but last 3 picks have been pretty garbage, I will admit. No DT as well, which is unfortunate. Oops, almost went in. Who was there at edge anyways? It is outside linebacker, so, you kind of have to deal with the fact that it's a 3-4. It's not great. Doesn't look like DT. Oh, Jalen Carter. Please, Jalen Carter's still there. Please take him. They're not going to take him, but it would be so awesome. If they got Jalen Carter, the rest could all be 30-year-olds, and I don't care. That would be a filthy finish to the first couple of picks. Let's see what we get. Speaking of, how did I know? Bro, I am insane at guessing. Bro, that's actually insane. They legit took Daniel Jones, dude. Like, that's ridiculous. Sam Howell's there. How would you consider Darnold better, or not Darnold, Daniel Jones better than Sam Howell? Oh, my Lord. How did I know? How? I don't understand. I just felt it. Like, I've seen teams that are really good roster building, and then you look at their quarterback and it's Daniel Jones. He's always there. Caleb Farley we could live with, although that's our cornerback too. We could live with that. That's not a bad pick. Never develops for me, but still, I think we're going to go to pick 15, and then after that, we're just going to sim it. As much as this is actually kind of fun to react to every single pick, it's going to take a long time to do the rest of this. Who do we get? Oh, he's so old. 31. Let's see it, dude. We got to see the available players at left tackle. We got to see it. Yeah, there's not really many options here. It'd be like maybe Zach Tom or Trevor Penning. I'd probably go Trevor Penning, Broderick Jones kind of situation. How do you actually land one of those guys, though, as an AI? Because it seems like the AI always values, like, the higher overall proven guys over the young players. Still can't believe our quarterback's Daniel Jones. We literally got the worst starting quarterback, I think. Devin Lloyd, okay, fair enough. He's still pretty young. It's not my favorite pick, but it's, it's not Daniel Jones, simply put. We will do one more and then skip the rest of the draft. Also, I don't know why it says we have 1 out of 75 players. We've drafted like 14 or something like that right now. But yeah, I mean, it's fair enough. Fair enough. I liked some of the picks, hated some others. Odigizua, he's pretty young still, 25. Usable, honestly, considering the DTs available, that actually probably was by far the best one around. Actually, how did they get him? Did a bunch of DTs go along with him? Like, that's ridiculous value considering the rest of the DTs. They're all terrible. Either way, let's go to the end of the draft and check it out. But yeah, that is what we got to do for this. Whenever we're doing sim, we got to react to the picks. I don't know what it was. I don't know, maybe you guys don't agree. But for me, that was actually so much fun to react to, like, each specific pick. Because when you're looking at the team as an overall, you kind of just, like, think, like, oh, that's okay, pretty fair enough. But, like, when it's early top 5, top 10 picks, you're like, no, how could you? Oh, damn, good pick. And you go crazy. And honestly, the video is pretty short still for me. I probably could have just done another like 5 to 10 picks. Now I'm kind of really mad at myself for not going all the way for the reactions. All right, so we have an 83 overall. Let's take a look at our roster, see how they filled out the rest of the team. They got a rookie center, fair enough. Stromberg. Rashee Rice. Okay, Jakobi Meyers could be the number 3. Rashee Rice is 23. All right, he does so well in sim for the Chiefs playbook, but Don't know if he's going to do that here. We need a quarterback. Will Levis. I don't think I've developed him yet. I think Will Levis is the starter. Daniel Jones is 26. Now, Levis isn't much better. I might even trade Daniel Jones. I don't know what the freaking cost would be on him, though. Damn it. I guess we're going to be taking a look at that contract while we're here. 2-year, like 6, so it's basically nothing. Let's take a look at the defense. How do we finish this one out? Keon White. He almost never develops. Who is this? Oh, look at this. Cam Smith. Cornerback / safety. Who did the free safety end up being? Oh, Tracy Walker. So we got to replace a few players here, especially since I want to be in a 4-3. But I think we are built better right now for a 3-4. So we're going to let it ride at this point in time. And then we're going to end up switching over to the 4-3, I think, if we have the right players. But yeah, we definitely need to replace middle linebacker. Baron Browning might need to be replaced. The left end needs to be replaced. DT might be needing to be replaced. Right end, because he's so old to start, might need to be replaced as well. 24 years old is really hard to develop, even as a rookie. Never seen Keon White do well in sim. Free safety, obviously. Corners, I think, are fine. Edge, the left end outside linebackers probably fine. Right guard needs to be replaced. Left tackle probably needs to be replaced. Right tackle maybe soon. Quarterback for sure. Maybe wide receiver. Wait, does nobody draft kicker punter? Like maybe like Justin Tucker and that's it? No, we're just the only team that didn't do it. Bunch of idiots. Oh, maybe we did. Or maybe nobody did, but they got first dibs for some reason. Oh, there's a team with a quarterback worse than us. Let's go to the Seahawks. Oh, there's another team. The Seahawks are the Bears. Even in a fantasy draft, they're like, screw it, we're going to forget about it. All right, let's take a look at these teams, see if we got any trade pieces. Let's not lowball ourselves, though, because the Chargers draft picks kind of suck. See, I almost screwed myself. Let's go for some draft picks here. Let's get a 6th round going for this pick. And it's very close. A 7th should do her. And we're cooking with a 2nd and a 3rd added on, which we might need for the quarterback spot. Will Levis is going to be our starting quarterback, though. Sorry, Daniel Jones, you gone. Personally, I think Jake Elliott is the best remaining kicker. 28 years old with 98 kick power, 87 accuracy. And then the punter, AJ Cole's there? But why? He's like literally the best punter. They left the best punter for us. All right, here's what the actual starting roster looks like now. Levis gets the start. Rashee Rice has a little bit more potential than Myers. He's also a little bit slower, so maybe fits as the slot a little bit better in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to prop up Rashee Rice. And then look at the defense. I'm going to put Perrion Winfrey above Wormley because they're similarly rated. I think Wormley has him by 4 block shed, and they're the same power move. But Winfrey's at least younger, so I guess maybe if he gets a breakout or something, you never know. But yeah, we obviously know what we need to develop, and if Levis puts up a crazy season, you never know. Maybe this team is good enough to make a playoff spot. But yeah, it may be a really bad team that, ends up drafting quarterback in the first round. All right, they got us already out here trying to re-sign players. A 7-year for Garrett Wilson, worth just over 100, which is a steal for us. Elgton Jenkins, even at this price, is kind of a steal. So 4-year 62 for a guy that could actually play tackle in the future. Devin Lloyd, I mean, you're kind of banking on, him being good, but if he is good, that's a steal of a contract as well. Stromberg, I think no matter what at this price, if we can get him anywhere close to a 7-year 28, which he took, he is absolutely worth that price. And then Perrion Winfrey, we don't know that, it's halfway through the season already. We have no breakout in sight for him. So, some of these guys may get the backup contracts, but there's no one really super significant here. Probably keep the special teamers as well if they're playing well. Well, here's hoping that there's a good quarterback because we have a very bad record. It might even be the worst record. Let's take a look at how badly we can, perform compared to the rest of the league. The fantasy drafts, you do have to... Oh, we don't have the worst team. We have the 2nd worst team. The Patriots hopefully don't need a quarterback because they are ahead of us right now. Show you guys that we didn't, force a bunch of losses because that would be the smart thing to do, being honest. That would be very smart to lose all these games, grab a quarterback, and be well on our way. That's how it works in the NFL. You get that franchise quarterback, and the worst of the worst can turn into contenders. Will Levis, the touchdown to pick ratio is not bad, but the yards are awful. Jonathan Taylor, that's really bad for his standards. So this team was just overall in the dumps, at least on offense. Blocking was okay for Madden terms, but still not great. 3-4 defense. Hassan Reddick putting up 11.5 sacks is not bad. Could go to X Factor. Odigizua, a lot of tackles for a loss. Could get himself a star dev up. Browning was not great. That might be another position we look at. Jalen Ramsey back for Jack. 4 interceptions, 3 for Cam Smith. We got some names here. Jake Elliott, 11 for 15, missing 1 field goal. And you know what's crazy? He wouldn't take a 3-year 15. My dude thinks way too highly of himself. Trevor Lawrence was the MVP of the entire league. Will Levis still won Rookie of the Year. I mean, I guess that gives us value for the trade, but I cannot keep him. Ooh, Hassan Reddick is going to be a superstar X Factor, which is nice because he's 28 going on 29 here. And the Jets with their MVP quarterback are going to be in the Super Bowl going up against the Seahawks of all teams. And the Seahawks win. Did they just win the Super Bowl? Wait, where did we trade? I don't think we traded. No, they had it. Was it Anthony Richardson who they had? Oh my God, he went up in overall. I have the sliders on only 140. Damn, son. They killed it. But yeah, I thought it was going to be the team that we traded Daniel Jones to. It was one of the teams, but I can't remember even who it is so far. All right, the dev-ups, of course, we already knew Will Levis was going to go up in dev. He's not bad, but he played badly, which, you know, with the draft pick that we have coming up here, I just don't see how you can keep him, right? I just don't see how you can do it, but hey, he's at least tradable. Don't know how much we're going to get from him, but something, maybe. And then, of course, looking at the defense, Hassan Reddick goes to X Factor, which is massive because he's 29 years old now. Linebacker of the year gives him superstar X Factor. Maybe he actually doesn't. So I thought the awards don't give you X Factor. It might have just been from the sacks themselves. And then Odigizua, huge one because we just need DT badly, and or just interior in general. But obviously star dev there. Probably going to be switching that 4-3 if we get the right pieces, because at this point would need 2 coverage linebackers and still probably a DT, because I just don't think Keon White's going to be the guy. He started all this season for us as a 3-4. I mean, 83 power move's not bad, but I just feel like the game values overall more than it values the actual like skill talent itself, which honestly I might do a experiment for as well, because that is a very good one. I've seen so many times, like Ed Oliver, like 85 block shed with 80 power move. He puts up 11 plus sacks. Like, he's only just a high overall at that point. He's not really a good pass rusher, yet, he's putting up comparable sacks with some of the best DTs in the league that actually do have good, like, 90 plus power move or finesse, So that's why I kind of, like, value the overall more than the actual rating these days. But looking at the players that are here, doesn't appear that any of these guys are really like key starters. Jake Elliott, he wouldn't take that offer. I'm going to offer the exact same thing. He took it. I mean, he's a decent overall, I suppose, so I guess we'll keep him, but he's not super significant. But let's go on to free agency. Probably not going to be a big name here, but maybe a cornerback. Caleb Farley didn't really go up in overall too much, I don't think. There is a cornerback in Stephon Gilmore. Awuzie is not bad either. But I'm probably still going to pass on this, even though there are corners. I don't know if they're really that significant. If there's a really good, Puka Nacua, not a freaking bad name there, Daxton Hill. We could use a safety. Daxton Hill's never worked out for me, but I think I am willing to play him at free safety. I mean, how much is it going to cost to get him? I would do a 6-year 30. If he's down, I mean, I'm down to have a free safety that's 23 years old. I mean, I might even do a little bit crazier than that. Let's do like a 6-year 35 maybe? Okay, relax. Wait, that's not even crazy, is it? I don't know, 6-year 39, it's like literally full bar max. So if he doesn't take it, there's literally nothing we can do. That would be a massive gain for us, because safety I always struggle drafting. So it would be nice to just fill that and not even have to worry about it. Linebacker would be another one, but there's not really anyone here. We ended up trading Singleton. They already got rid of him. They're like, why did we take this guy again? It's like, oh yeah, we wanted the crap quarterback. But looking at the other free agents, if not corner, I think that's probably going to be it. Jelani Woods wouldn't be a bad backup, but he's kind of costly. Yeah, Puka Nacua's not bad either. What are his actual ratings, though? He's obviously kind of killing it in real life, unexpectedly. Very good route running, very good catching, pretty fast. Looks like a great slot wide receiver. I kind of like what we got going on. Let's just keep it. Might need a wide receiver, though, but I don't know if he's the guy. So I'm going to keep what we got. Let's actually skip that or sim it or whatever. See if we actually have Daxton Hill. See if we need a safety or not. And we got ourselves a nice free safety. Young as hell, hybrid type. You know, I don't remember reading any like bad comments about me changing his ratings or people's ratings to like fit what I'm trying to do. So, you know, if I'm only hurting the team by dropping his man coverage, I mean, I don't see why that would be, you know, frowned upon. I just think that the hybrid type sucks so much, and he's going to lose some man coverage, but it's going to allow us to auto-sim zone, so I think it's worth it for us. You know, it only hurts our player, so if anyone wants to cry that we're cheating, it's not cheating in a good way. All right, so we are headed to the draft. We have our players scouted. There are a few good quarterbacks, one that stands out by far the most, but there are, like, you know, 3 draftables. Well, 4 draftables, but 3 draftables at 2. Sadly, though, the Patriots do have Kenny Pickett at their quarterback spot. 26-year-old star, only 75, 76 overall, which is definitely like, okay, there's a good chance that they are going to take him type of business, but we'll see what happens. You know, if they don't take QB, we have a choice of whoever we want. Let's finish this private workout. Here we go, the moment of truth. Will the Patriots take our quarterback? I actually don't even know the name of the guy at this point. And they don't, because they don't take a quarterback at all. We have pick number 2 overall. With a choice of quarterback, I think this is going to be pretty clear-cut. You can already see him. I ended up scouting the other 2. Huber is also a top 5, which is definitely interesting. Super, super fast. Fletcher, though, has all of the A's amongst great throw power. It is hard to pass on Fletcher, and I just don't think I can, as even though that top 5 showing, didn't scout Fletcher further because there's just all these A's. Why would I do it? Gonna go for him. Please be decent. He's at least hidden. Great throw power is 92 throw power. I thought it would have been a little bit higher than that, but that's fine. We'll see what we did. Did we take the best? I don't know. But let's move on to pick 2. Gregory Barton. He was actually a really solid looking player too. Do we have anyone here? We have wide receiver Mr. Jalen Hayes. Okay speed, but just a true number 2 type wide receiver. Didn't get to scout him further, though, so I can't do anything about that. We also have a very speedy Chad Pace, who looks amazing, giving me vibes of one of those superstar type wide receivers that we usually get late in the draft, but he's here at 2 to 3, so maybe I trade down. Hartman also looks really good. All A's. I don't know if this is a generational lineman, but he looks pretty damn generational to me. I might have to go for him around like 13 or something like that. You know, we have some other really good players. It's a tough draft to pass on players, so I'm going to try to go to like 12, grab the center, assuming he's there, and work from there, really. All right, 2nd round pick this year, 5th round pick this year, Solomon Thomas and Tracy Walker for a 2nd and 3rd from the Buccaneers, which is around middle of the 2nd round, a little bit higher than that. Pick 12 is kind of where I wanted. I'm hoping the center is there because he looks great. He looks really good. I might even go for Pace, the wide receiver, if he's there, and he is. Center. Hartman's there. I got to go for the All-A. I got to go for him. And he is hitting 92 strength as well. Not the most athletic guy, but also probably not a center, which I suppose we need a right guard more anyways, so that actually kind of works out. 23, we can definitely make a trade up from there to grab Pace, which, I mean, like I said, I think he's one of those superstars. I really do. I think he's one of those superstar types. And then as far as DT goes, didn't get to scout Collier. Alan Archer looks really good, though, probably better. So this could result in us trading up quite a bit. Don't know if any of these teams near here need a quarterback, but I'm going to try to trade them anyways. The Bears, we know, need one, so I'm going to skip one. Unless they took one, actually, to be fair, they may have. Either way, I'm going to trade if they want it. They don't want the quarterback. Don't trade for the quarterback. We'll see if they have that need or not. All right, doesn't seem like they have the need. Does anyone have the need? I thought I seen interest. Is it the Broncos? Okay, who do they got at QB? PJ Walker. I'm just going to go a little crazy just to make sure that we're not getting undervalued. Ooh, that is... Okay, so the Broncos need him. The Chargers still need him, even though they got Fields. They have no draft picks, though. All right, Levis Wormley and a 6th-round pick for a decent draft pick from the Dolphins. Not quite as high as we wanted it to be, but it's up there. It's definitely up there. Let's see if we can get to the Bears now, because I really want that wide receiver. I think that's a good decision to go for him. If there's a wide receiver needy team as well, we could maybe trade off Myers or Rashee Rice. But let's see what we can do here. This shouldn't cost us more than like a 5th next year, honestly. I mean, like it's like 3 spots. Yeah, it's like literally right there. So next year, 7th hopefully is enough. Now we'll slap a player in there. Boom. All right, so we now have the wide receiver Pace, who obviously can run at quite the pace. A 4.24 with a deep route. Like I said, it just screams that this guy is him, right? It just screams it. So we're going to go with Chad Pace. Hidden development trait. I mean, that's a good sign. 97 speed, 95 excel, 96 agility, 95 change of direction. Not quite as fast as some of the other guys we've seen. 98 speed, 99 excel type guys, but still obviously well up there. So I've got to assume that, you know, he's another one of those types. I'm hoping at least. And damn, all the corners are still there. I'm kind of curious to see what our cornerback situation is looking like. Is Caleb Farley 24? What is his overall? You know, all that kind of stuff. Oh, Caleb Farley's 25. Honestly, I would maybe even see Cam Smith as the starting corner over him. Is there any value in a Caleb Farley? Not really, to be honest. Not even a single team is interested. Wow. They took this guy pretty high, too. All right, we ended up trading 2 corners, a free safety, and a 6th-round pick for pick 70 from the Chiefs. I'm just kind of debating on what the hell I even do here. Our next pick is 23. I want the DT Archer, but I don't know. The corners are about to all go too. Yep, they're all gone. I'm selling here, I think. Okay, we gotta go to Lions then. Collier went. I'm surprised he went before Archer. Archer looks so much better, but let's go to the Lions. Lost both of those corners, which is an L, but I mean, Caleb Farley's not even a starter at this point anyway, so get what I can now. 55. Can I not keep 55, give up like 66 and like 87 instead? Is that too high? I don't think it is. It might be a little high. I don't know. It's still a jump of about 15 plus picks. A late 3rd doesn't really do a whole lot for me. Want to keep 23 for a chance at, I don't know, is there a corner still here? Probably not. No corner, so I actually don't know why I kept that pick, but Alan Archer's the choice regardless. A power move, hidden development trait, 87 strength is good enough. And there we go. So let's go to 23, see if there's anyone else to take. If not, it'll be a trade down. I maybe should have just opened up the pocketbook just slightly more and ended up grabbing one of those corners, and we could have finished out with the perfect draft instead. Kind of sold a little bit. Kind of sold. We would have been set if we got that corner. It would have been the perfect draft. All right, the Bills are going to give us a 5th round this year to move back to 72, which is fine by me because we have a lot of linebackers. It'd be really unlucky that if none of them are there at 6. And they go with Weathersby. I actually thought he was a decent tackle. I didn't get to fully scout him, but he was on my radar for sure. Might even go with another lineman, even though we don't need one, just because the value is there, because there's some of these guys look really good. Oh, wow. They're actually like all gone. Never mind. I think the best looking linebacker, even though I really like the middle linebackers more, is Rutherford. He just looks the best, right? A tackle, elite speed, elite excel, 4.54. Of course, normal development traits. Still probably a projected starter. I think we need one more linebacker even, so we might actually take another one here. Probably take Turner, the middle linebacker we just talked about. You know, I prefer middle linebackers because they seem to be a little more balanced. I do like Alvarez as well, but I think Reggie Turner's the guy. Please be hidden. No shot. I took 2 normal dev linebackers, dude. Oh, man. Whatever. Let's go to this pick and likely take one of those centers. All right. Blumberg looks the best, so Brendan Blumberg. Hidden development at 92 strength. It looks like Stromberg, speaking of, might actually have lost his starting job. I mean, he's not a bad player, but, you know, I just think that Blumberg has a higher ceiling, maybe. I don't know. We'll see the overalls. Maybe that's stupid because we did just pay Stromberg. Be a waste to not start him. And at this rate, I'm just going to go for Alvarez as well. There's no way I can take 3 normal dev coverage linebackers. There's no way anyone could be that unlucky. There's just no way. There's no way. Quarterback looked really good too, but we don't need him. Here it is. Alex Alvarez, A-zone, C-block shed, another elite athlete. Please! And he is hidden. So the last remaining linebacker that we had was the best. Of course, it just had to sell. I'm usually really good at drafting linebackers, but this Madden, I've been selling, let me tell you. Timmy Bowman, maybe we try to trade this down. We'll see if there's anyone there. We have Rhodes, but we don't really need a wide receiver anymore. Here we go. Come on, quarterback. 70s. Okay, the center is a god. I don't know why I said 70s, but I meant to say mid-70s. I mean, it'd be pretty bad if he's not at least 70. But yeah, the accuracy through the roof. Great throw power. Dev. What does it be? What does the dev even mean? It's Superstar. He's a good player. That is not bad at all. And then speaking of superstars, this guy might also be one. Ron Hartman. All the base ratings are insane. Run block finesse is a little iffy, but every other rating is ridiculously good. I think this guy is probably our new right guard. So I'm going to put him there. And his dev, yep, he's a generational. That's a generational offensive lineman right there. 79 overall now. Chad Pace, 76 overall. With insane release, iffy catching, but great spec catch, great route running, and insane, catching traits. Let's take a look at the dev. Is he actually one of those superstars? If he is, he's number 2 right out the gate. And he is number 2 out the gate. What kind of, single or double-digit? 11's pretty cool. I don't think anyone in the 80s makes sense for how fast he is. Archer, Alan Archer, was he normal? No, he was hidden. Thank you, Jesus. 83 power move. Let's take a look at that DT. I got to pay attention to those quarterbacks, though. I want to see if we made a mistake. Star dev for the DT. Oh, he's wearing 65. I should have fixed that. That's gross. It looks like Rutherford and Alvarez will be getting the start, as Turner was the worst of the 3. What about, Blockshed versus Zone and all that? Jeez, that's all the way back here. 74 Blockshed, better than Alvarez, but Alvarez is hidden, so he obviously gets the start. Coverage, wow, he is better than Rutherford, though. Where is... I'm trying to figure out where... Oh, he does have better block shed than Turner, actually. But, where is the overall difference? Because that coverage obviously makes up, for the loss of block shed by a significant amount. And I'm pretty sure Turner's more athletic, right? Even has better catching. But Rutherford, he's got better change of direction? What makes Rutherford... Oh, is it because he's an outside linebacker? That might be it. I'm going to put Turner at left out and see the difference, because Turner, I think, is better, and he's younger. So, I mean, he looks better in, every facet, no? Maybe the size difference, perhaps. That would be the only thing, but they don't factor that in overalls. Yeah, very similar. So I think Turner gets the start there, and then Alvarez, I guess... Well, technically, Turner's going to go to right out. And then the other guys were all right, I suppose. But... Yeah, we'll take a look at the quarterbacks, see if we made the right decision. It looks pretty good to me. I mean, I can't complain. Can't complain having a superstar development trait quarterback at pick 2 overall. Who else did we have there? So Snowden went right after to Washington, who was also hidden. A little bit worse, a little bit faster, though. Slightly stronger in the throw power, not by much. Looks like in his 50s, which is interesting. Dev, Star. All right, so we already won that one. And then where was the other quarterback? Mr. Brown is not who that was, unless that was, and he's just that low. Where was the other quarterback? Am I missing something here? Did I miss... Wait, did I miss him? Oh, he went number 5. Yeah, I did miss him. So the Cowboys, Cade Hubbard. Definitely the most fun. 92 speed, 91 excel is ridiculous. That's pick number 1 overall, 9 times out of 10 in a user league if it's a quarterback-needy team. Only Sar, though, so we made the right call. And there was a quarterback later, but, I mean, he could have been better, but unlikely, right? He was kind of like a mid-tier, if you missed out in the first round, you may have got yourself a lucky chance at the end. The Year 2 team is looking really, really good. Blumberg probably should start over Stromberg. We're going to give Stromberg a chance, though. The overall is kind of misleading. Stromberg is technically the slightly better offensive lineman right now. He's a little more balanced as well. But, yeah, I mean, it might be taken somewhat soon. Of course, we could also move Hartman to tackle next season. Put, what is it called? One of these other guys at right guard, like Stromberg back to right guard or something like that, assuming Bowles is needing to be replaced or something like that. If, Bowles needs a contract, I probably got to let him go. He's 32 already because, he started off as such a, old rookie. So pretty much have no choice there if that comes to it. Offense looks great, though. I mean, we got all the potential in the world. And then looking at defense, it's going to be a 4-3, so we got to change that real quick. But, we got all the starters we need, right? Turner will be a starter, Alvarez will be a starter, and Lloyd will be a starter with Reddick and Browning as starters, Odigizua and Archer as starters. Quarterback 3 could use some work. Cam Smith's man coverage worries me. Safeties are great, potential-wise. this is a team that should make the playoffs with the right scheme. So if the scheme is struggling early, I might have to change it because that's just a sign of the game, just, the scheme not working for us, because 85 overall, we're one of the best teams in the league. All right, the season's doing a little bit better, so I've kept the offense so far. The Jaguars, you can see that Haason Reddick is asking for quite a bit, but in comparison to what he's worth, that's a steal. Jacoby Myers, I should have traded. I kind of sold. Keon White, he's not a bad even edge rusher, so we're going to keep him on a 2-year 11 to be our backup. And Garrett Bowles is a guy we need to pay, so we're going to be letting him go. And no one else needs a contract, so we're all right. All right, no matter what, we're in the playoffs. The rest of the division was terrible. We did lose against the Texans, though. I wonder if any of the other teams in the division made it, but we ended up sticking it out with the Jaguars offense with a defense of the Dallas Cowboys. I just think that's a team that does well in sim all the time, so that's what I go with. I actually don't know which team is the best 4-3 defense. You know what? Let's take a look. You can see Micah Parsons on the list, but that's one player. Let's take a look at the defense. Who got the most sacks? That is a 4-3. The Commanders. Okay, Commanders, Cowboys. The Bears, I think, are 4-3 again, aren't they? So, Commanders, Cowboys seems like the best, but the Commanders have more talent on their D-line. Oh, actually, I don't know. We're in a freaking fantasy draft, you idiot. Micah Parsons might not even be relevant here, as he might not even be a Cowboy. Let's see who the Cowboys have on their defense anyways. Myles Garrett. Okay, that's kind of hard to judge. They have a really good line. What about the Commanders? They had Micah Parsons, so yeah, I wouldn't even be able to... Oh, the Commanders suck then. Did you see the names? Kenny Clark, Quentin Williams, Micah Parsons? They should have put up 70, 80 sacks. Fletcher, definitely better than Levis, but still not perfect for putting up MVP level numbers. Jonathan Taylor was much better though, with an actual passing attack behind him. Receivers, no one at 1,000, which is really disappointing, but kind of like a spread offense. Looking at the offensive line, Garrett Bowles is pretty bad anyway, so he'll be replaced. Reddick was great. To be fair, this pass rusher was great with the Cowboys, so I'm going to stick it out. Reddick, got that 3-year deal, totally worth it. Archer, amazing rookie year. Could even go to Dev, Superstar Dev, maybe even higher, because he might win Rookie of the Year. Browning, not bad even, 7.5, we'll take that. Picks were low, though. Kicking, Elliott's still been, inconsistent. Cole was pretty good. Kick return, punt return game, no touchdowns, but that's pretty common at this rate. MVP, where did our quarterback rank? So Lawrence wins it again. Not actually on the list, sadly. And then looking at other awards, Taylor at number 7. Rookie of the Year awards, Fletcher, the quarterback, and then Archer, the defender. We love to see it. Tell me he's on the list. Number 6, fair enough. Taylor at number 2 could go to X Factor, actually, which would be awesome. O-line, D-line, yeah, no other award wins, but that's all right. Those awards are nice, especially for the rookies to probably go up in Dev. Maybe not Fletcher because he's a superstar already, but definitely the defender, Archer, could go to X Factor. 86 overall versus 84 overall Browns. All right, this should be almost a gimme. I just think we're a better team than them by quite a bit. 7-0, just based on that front page, right? Seeing Jordan Davis is on their list. Not that he's a bad player, but he's not really elite at what you need him to be elite at for a rebuild, I feel. Block shedding, it's important, obviously, but this is a 4-3 defense the Browns are running. Is that really a good fit? Probably not. But either way, the Browns actually had a chance, and they almost came back. Yards similar, but Fletcher was more efficient. Ran the ball a little bit more successfully. 9 yards is the long for Taylor, which seems really low, but you know what? The team still did well, was very efficient. Odighizuwa with a really good game there, and, we got another sack from Reddick, who's obviously killing it. Can't hate the way they drafted. It's working out, dude. We just needed a quarterback, and yeah, if they didn't sell on the quarterback, we'd have been set without my help. Don't tell anyone that. And even though I have the tight end sliders low because he's an X Factor, Kyle Pitts is still just cooking it because he's so young with, holy crap, with, Superstar X Factor. Pass blocking, run blocking, upgrades are pretty nice. He's 23, dude. He's insane. Could be going for a dynasty. We'll see. The Jets, who have had the MVP quarterback back-to-back seasons now, and were in the Super Bowl last year, are going to be a challenge. And then the remaining teams that aren't us are the 8-9 Broncos going up against the 14-3 Steelers. Right now, we are getting absolutely smoked on, 21-3, and this game is already over. This is a bit of a joke at this rate, as we get absolutely clapped. Holy crap, Fletcher not cooking up in the playoffs at all. Lawrence was great. A-Chain was terrible. Taylor was okay. Ayuk was amazing. Sack totals, Archer and Reddick were pretty good. Winovich got involved. Kirby Joseph with a pick. Elliott missing another kick. I don't know where to go from that point. Is it just more, need more experience because Fletcher's still a young quarterback, even if, won Rookie of the Year and he was pretty good. Still a young quarterback that obviously can develop a much higher rate than where he's at now. Maybe that's probably, the best course of action as far as changing the playbook on offense. Probably don't need to, but if we struggle early, maybe. This is a 10-win team automatically, in my opinion, so if we're not on par for that, then things need to change. Rams with Rodgers at quarterback going up against the Steelers, who are the number 1 seed in the AFC, are going to not... Wait, what? Did not show? Am I dumb? Is that not... What the hell's going on? And the Steelers win comfortably. That is interesting. They got very close to losing to that Broncos team, though. All right, looking at the dev ups. Surprisingly, Taylor doesn't go up in dev. I'm a little surprised by that, to be honest, but it is what it is. He's still a superstar, still young. And then looking at defense, Archer, a little surprised he didn't go to X Factor, but superstar is fine. Turner goes up to star development trait. So honestly, I'm not really sure what we draft. Maybe future-proof that offensive line, potentially look for some cornerbacks maybe. Safety wouldn't hurt either, because I don't know what the development for Daxton Hill is going to look like. He got to an 80 overall, which isn't bad. But yeah, corner would definitely be nice. Edge, probably. DT, even though Digazua wasn't bad per se. He was really good at tackle for a loss kind of stuff. But overall, that's kind of what my mindset is right now. Future-proofing, really, positions that could need a replacement but don't technically need one. Pretty sure we did in the negotiations, but maybe my brain lapsed. Myers, if I can get like a 1-year deal because he does have some value on a trade, I'd do it. Okay, fair enough. I'm curious to see what the tag is, though. Yeah, a lot lower because the fantasy draft kind of reset those contracts. Garrett Bowles wasn't great, and in general, I think we do better anyways because he's 32. You can't really build him forward. It's really just, he's just getting worse every single season. You're trying to beat the clock. Which sometimes I like to beat my clock. Time is just wrong sometimes. Keenan Allen, not a bad little name. Myers being one of the best sought-after players is definitely a thing. Not really much of talent here. Wouldn't hurt to get a backup running back that's good, though, so Cam Akers could be on my list here. And that's pretty much it for my list, though. Everyone else is just not worth it. All right, we talked about maybe the cornerback spot is the biggest starter need right now. And I think Derek Easley is a guy that can easily fill that position fast enough. Very good key ratings, 21.61. How long will he be there, though? We can't really afford too much of a trade-up. It's a couple of edge rushers that look all right, but, don't know if they're going to be there. So I'm probably going to go to about 20 and see where we're at. Drew Barber's going to the Panthers. Winovich along with him, a first round and a fourth round this year to move up 7 spots to grab that cornerback. Easily still here at 20, which is a little surprising. And what about those edge rushers, though, too? Because I don't remember really paying attention to the names. Wembley and Charles are still there. It's definitely intriguing, but Easley, I think, is the biggest need. So Derek Easley, hidden. Yes, hidden development trait, 92 speed, 93 excel. Fast enough, of course. Not bad at all. We do have a couple of draft picks. Do we not, maybe... Oh, Charles went right then and there. Wembley goes right after. Damn, son. Kind of want to see our team, though. Is the right end still there? Ayers, not the fastest guy in the world, but an A power move, obviously, makes you think, okay, this guy could be him. He's not, I say not the fastest, but he's very fast for his size, obviously. I'm going to take a look at Browning's, ratings, because he is obviously, 26 now, and even though he had a decent season, 81 overall, 83 power move. I mean, in theory, you can almost do better than that if that Ayers guy's hidden development trade. He could be 83. Our DT was, 82 last season when we drafted him? He's now a 90-plus power move guy. I don't know if we can get up there, but I'm kind of trying to. I think we should try. Yeah, sadly, it's just not going to work out. The trade-ups just cost way too much, so we're going to be moving down to 27. Which is where I think I'm going to be taking Dominic Harris. Looking pretty good. Hidden development trait. 79 speed, 90 strength. Could even play edge, ironically enough. A little bit hefty, but the speed's there, so maybe. Let's go to the next round. And who did I have here? Was it O-lineman? Maybe we wait until it's down to Gilmore and Waddle and then make a trade. Or Waddell. I don't know if his name's Waddle or Waddell. If only they knew the talent they were getting here. The Bengals getting Charlie Jones. What a freaking name drop here. Going right there. How fitting. But, yeah, trading quite a bit to get to this spot, so hopefully he's good. I think Gilmore might have been better, but Kenny looks pretty good, so we're going to go for him. Future possession. Nice. Future offensive lineman, like protection type of situation. I already put Hartman at left tackle. He's a generational player. Generational player should be able to make the switch better than anyone. And then in the 7th round, I might grab a fullback. I don't know if that's what we needed. I grabbed Gilliam. Obviously he's probably long gone by now. I signed him to a 1-year deal, so I doubt re-signed him. I usually don't re-sign fullbacks often, so we're going to be going for a fullback, I think. I want to take a look at this Friday guy because he's kind of small, so it tells me maybe he's fast. Not really. Best fullback available, I don't actually know. Wilbur, maybe? I guess Gardner is like the most proven of all the guys, and I don't know how good he is. We'll take a look at the corner, and that's really it. The other guys are, backups anyways, so it doesn't really matter what their dev is. We'll see him after the season, whereas Easley, I think, might be the number 2, just because the other guy has got, like, no man coverage at all, so, he's a 79 overall. He's definitely the starter. Yeah, he's so much more balanced as well. I wish it was slot type, but it's very hard for that to be your archetype. Let's take a look at putting him at like number 21, which is cool. Star dev, fair enough. Did we have a choice at corner? No, we didn't. That was the other draft that we just completely whiffed. But that's about it. Let's go on and prop up the team for Season 3. All right, Season 3, the team kind of got worse in a sense because the offensive line, lost the left tackle, so that means the right guard has to move over, and Stromberg, is still low overall, whereas Blumberg finally gets the start. Receivers are about the same, technically. Myers was better, but I don't even think we started him. I think you had him at number 4 anyways. But we have a better backup running back, and obviously a lot of the players would go up in overall because they were young and developed throughout the season. We'll see what happens with Odigizua because he was decent, but his ratings are kind of low, and he's 27 already, so his ceiling's pretty much reached. As far as the backups go, we do have Harris, who could play edge if he had to. Keon White's going to be here for another season or 2, I believe, so he's a good backup anyways. So Harris could end up, moving up, and Archer moves up. We'll see what happens there. Safeties, I think, are fine. Corners now, I think, are perfect. Linebackers, Rutherford's kind of the highest overall right now, so it's weird. It's weird. He should be the lowest of the bunch now, as he didn't even get to start, but he has been the backup for all the positions, so maybe that's playing a part. Change the playbook to the Chiefs. Things aren't really getting much better. We have Jonathan Taylor, who's going to get a contract. Cam Smith, because of the price, is going to get a contract. Moton probably gets a contract because we have the money to, and he is still a very good player. And there's not really many other players to sign, so that's the plan there. If we win, we're in, but we will not win the division no matter what, and we are in. We won over the Titans. The Titans are still in, though. And then the Jets, 10-7 versus their 11-6. Let's take a look at the numbers. Ended up with the Chiefs playbook. Don't know if it worked out for us. Similar to last season, technically worse. Rushing was worse. A couple of the players individually did better, but it was not a better performance overall at all. Might have to change the scheme again. I don't really know, but D-line's looking as good as ever. Odigizua kills it. Browning with a 7.5 again. I can live with it, though. If this is what the D-line looks like, I can live with Browning putting up 7.5 each year. Ramsey with 5 interceptions, great. Lloyd with 3 is all right. Elliott was better. Cole was technically better. The offense wasn't great, but the defense was pretty good. And you can see with those numbers, it probably means that the defense carried. Trevor Lawrence, 3 straight MVPs. Maybe it's the Jets playbook we need to try out. Let's maybe try it out next time. Defensive player of the year goes to Reddick, who's already an X factor. Best quarterback and wide receiver to the Jets. Reddick with another award win. My man's is cooking up, but he's about to be 30, which is a problem. But either way, he's still here till 32. Let us go up against these Jets and see if we can get some revenge. It's in prime time. The Jets putting up 7 already. We actually get a stop this time. Hey, we put up 7. Not bad. We're at least closer this time. 14 all. The Jets score 3. We had a chance to tie it up or do better. We got 4-point lead now. Huge touchdown. Yes! Only up by 3, though. The Jets have a great chance. It's close, and the touchdown will give us the win. I think it will. Hell of a game. And we end up winning the game over the Jets. A better performance this time from Fletcher, coming back stronger than ever. Completion percentage wasn't great. A-Chain's still terrible, though. Taylor wasn't as good, but, hey, he's still better than A-Chain, which is good enough. Archer with 2 sacks. Browning with 1. Love that. Myers missed a kick. We were perfect. Not that we asked our guy to actually kick field goals, but extra points. Still could have missed one, which would have maybe played a factor. Who knows? But here we are going on to the divisional. See what we got as opponent. The Texans. The division rival. Division stealing Houston Texans, who have a really good quarterback. Come on, Jaguars. Don't let them win the title and our playoff spot. 7-7, 10-7. Nice drive, finishing strong. Huge drive for a field goal, up by 13. Missed the extra point, but that might be enough. We'll see. 12-point game, 9-point game, and that'll be it for the win. 32-24. The Texans still had a chance there at the end. Kicking was definitely suspect, though. We'll have to see what happened there. Perfect game from Fletcher again, outperforming Joe Burrow. I don't really know why it says that. Was it just... Wait, how? In what world is he better? Oh, the extra touchdown, I didn't notice that, I guess. But better better yards per throw, better completion percentage. Better, yard. I don't know, that's weird. But either way, receiving, Garrett Wilson was killer. Pitts was pretty good. Bowles got destroyed, which is ironic because he's not on our team anymore. Alan Archer's insane. Reddick is really good. Lloyd was great. Baron Brownie Odigizua do it again, combining for the sack. And I guess it wasn't. Maybe we went for 2. It looked like our kicking was perfect, unless I just went too quick and missed it. I don't even know. To the championship round. The Steelers, who we obviously seen had a pretty dominant Super Bowl win against... Who the hell was it against? Actually, I kind of forgot. I don't know, but they had a dominant Super Bowl win. Trying to have another one, but we are in their way. Let's see if we can beat them. It's a pretty tight of a matchup. Of course, Eagles versus Niners, a little bit of a rematch. Gets the primetime slot. See if we can win. Go to the Super Bowl. Offense has been good enough. Defense has also been good enough, but neither side has been truly elite. This game looking pretty good so far, though. 14-3. Steelers get a touchdown, 14-10. Oh, my Lord. We almost just choked the lead. And here it is, choking the lead. Up by 4. The Steelers going to drive down, not get it. The field goal will make it within 1, though. And with the 2-point conversion on the touchdown, 5 minutes left, and the choke team is going to lose. It looked like we turned the ball over somehow, and they're just going to walk off into the sunset into another Super Bowl berth. Oh, my Lord. What happened? We were looking good. We ran the ball 9 times. Of course we lose to a running back named Duval. What is going on here? Rashee Rice was our #1 receiver. Bro, I don't know what happened. Odigizua was good again. The DTs are killing it. Kicking. I don't know what happened. We turned the ball over somehow, but in general, the second half was just garbage. I really don't know what just went wrong, but we're getting closer, right? We playoffs into the championship round. Maybe next season's a Super Bowl, or maybe we just never get one. I don't know, but let's head to the Super Bowl, see if the Steelers do win yet another Super Bowl or not, and maybe preseason or free agency will be a little bit better than Niners in the Super Bowl. Maybe that's who they beat, actually. I don't remember. It might have been the Eagles. I don't know why I can't remember. Who the hell was it? Maybe it was the Niners. And we don't know yet again, so tell me maybe it is. But let's take a look at the league schedule. Super Bowl is the Niners winning. Okay, a little bit of Steeler sadness here, as they will not win yet another Super Bowl. Super Bowl is not our case, but Superstar X Factor for Taylor, maybe? No one got a dev up, sadly. Defensively, any dev ups? Odigizua? Archer, the X Factor. Alvarez, the Superstar. Fair enough. Pretty good stuff there. Archer's been insane, especially when you consider these playoff performances that he just had. One of the best DTs I've ever, drafted and developed. Hassan Reddick, I guess speed rusher just to keep him from regressing too hard whenever that happens, which, it seems like it's probably happening each season. But, as far as, the harsh regression, Archer, the best DT on our team, maybe even one of the best DTs in the league, 95 power move. I forgot to show you guys that he dev up, but, I think it's pretty clear that he earned a dev up and we didn't, force anything. Let's go to the re-signs, which I'm pretty sure we took care of anyways. 100 mil, so most teams are going to have money, so it's going to be unlikely anyone's going to be in free agency, but maybe a lineman slips through, and, we have some pretty iffy interior linemen, so maybe we replace a center or a guard or something. And let's take a look at the contracts. Everyone's a backup, obviously. Bernard Converse really isn't a starter anymore, so even though he got to star dev, it's kind of irrelevant. And McCarron has mentor, so Even though we could probably do a higher overall backup with Mentor, we'll just grab him just to guarantee a backup. And let's see the free agency. See if there's anybody here. Go into Season 4's draft. Maybe even get a little desperate and trade for a player rather than draft. Because as of right now, we're just drafting backups. There's really not starting level talent. Batonio would be worthy. We could definitely use Batonio, but it might cost us like 20 mil, which could hurt us because we won't be able to roll over that cap, you know? So we'll see, but I think Batonio is worth it. Absolutely worth it. He could be even the missing piece that we have on this team to winning a Super Bowl for all we know, because, like I said, our interior is really bad, and even with that high offer, he's still not willing. I mean, we got to go crazy here. We might have to go like 22 mil or something, which is a lot, but it's money. Where else are we going to use this money? Man, he really doesn't want to join us. I mean, we showed that we're a competitor. Was the Rams, actually, I think, speaking of. So I guess I can see why he would go to the Rams. Can we, like, really have to pay him like $30 million on a one-year deal? That's absurd. I mean, that's pretty crazy. Please tell me it's competitive. Competitive, that's all I really wanted, so I'm just going to skip right now and we don't get him. So we might have to trade for a lineman, because our linemen right now are really low overall. That might be the move. And I have successfully gambled our future. Our first next year, or this year, our second this year, our third this year, our first next year, our second next year, and Rutherford for Micah Parsons. It costed all of that to get. I'm hoping that Baron Browning is like worth a defensive lineman or something, because yeah, I mean, that's worth it, right? Like, Micah Parsons got 2 more years on his contract. He's going to make a difference. He is, like, the best sim player this Madden, pretty much. Maybe Myles Garrett's still up there, too. But I see Parsons on the #1 list more often than anyone. I think that was worth it. Every day of the week, I think that's worth it. And I know I talked about, oh, Baron Browning, 7.5 sacks is good enough. Maybe it's not. Maybe 20 sacks from Parsons, 14 from Reddick on the other side. Maybe that's Super Bowl worthy. So we'll see what happens. And as we try to trade off Baron Browning for maybe an offensive lineman like we talked about. That was my main goal. And then I was like, you know what? Maybe let's get a little crazier. And we basically remove all of our draft picks for next year as well, trading Baron Browning a 4th and a 5th for Elijah Vera Tucker. But the team is basically perfect. Oh crap, I still had a 6th-round pick and I simmed the draft. Trevor Stephenson. Not actually a bad quarterback by any means, by the way. Average sense of pressure with a little bit of speed, but more importantly, 94 throw power. This guy's actually usable. They actually did a pretty good job with the only draft pick. Season 4 team. I don't know how this team could get much better. I know Pace is still pretty young, and I know Fletcher's pretty young, so them devving up, upgrading would probably be the best way to do that. 84 overall, 83 overall. We could maybe get those to 88, hopefully, by the end of the season. But we were close last season. We've got an insane new right end. This might be the best it's going to get, because Reddick is going to regress soon. I mean, he's 31 after all, and our money might disappear. So we'll see what happens. As far as draft picks go, we really don't have any, but Waddell apparently is superstar, so we might be able to trade him at the end of the season or something like that. Maybe Rashee Rice. I don't know if he needs a contract there or not. But yeah, we'll try to do what we can. Maybe we even win a Super Bowl. Don't have to worry about it. I don't know, but we should be able to at least get like 1 first-round pick, which we can use to trade down and get some more picks just to make sure we have players for each position down the line. Yo, Jonathan Taylor got to X Factor. Do you even understand how rare that is? He either got 4 touchdowns or 200 yards. I gotta check this. Damn, he went off 255 yards, 3 touchdowns. Is that not Player of the Week? It is Player of the Week. Talk about a freaking Giga Chad, bro. Damn, son. All right, here we go. 101 mil. We got to pay Pitts for sure. Cameron Curl's a safety, so we'll see. Odigizua has played well, but I think it's time to move on with that price. Yeah, I mean, we still got money. That's all right. That's all right. We'll make those contracts, and we're cooking. It's looking like a bye week to me. It's a really good 15-2 wasn't good enough for the bye week. Yo, the Jets are busted. 15-2 when we're playing in the wild card round. That is Philip Cheeks. That is insane. Trevor Lawrence is a nut. Of course, it would be Trevor Lawrence cooking up for the Jets while we're doing a Jaguars AI fantasy draft thingy. That is insanity, dude. Taking a look at our quarterback, though, Fletcher was very good. Touchdown to pick ratio. Taylor killed it. This is the Chiefs scheme, by the way. He is crushing it. Garrett Wilson was decent. Pitts was great. Pace was decent. Rice was decent. Paid Rice a 3-year 24 as well. O-line was okay. The center gave him 9 sacks. Parsons and Reddick, insane numbers, combined for 40+. Archer's the best DT in the league, and Odigizua with 8.5. Even though we're 15-2 and didn't get the bye week, we're still looking really strong. Wouldn't surprise me to see us still maybe win it all, but man, the Jets, dude. Trevor Lawrence. Who did they even lose to? Jonathan Taylor, Player of the Year. Where was he actually on MVP? Jonathan Taylor was all the way at 7. Okay, I'm sure of it, dude. We won Offensive and Defensive Rookie of the Year at least. Best running back as well. How much XP is he going to get? Best D-line, number 1 and 2. I mean, this team's insane. I don't really know how this team's going to get much better because, like I said, Reddick's going to start to regress. He's 31. But either way, we're at 91. They're at 88. Let's get into it. Going to the end of the game. 7-0. Still 7-0. 10-0. 7-10. 14-10. Got a little bit of a lead. Huge touchdown before half. Gives us an 11-point lead. Now an 18-point lead. And a score there pretty much seals it. 3-possessioner. There is no chance. They actually had a chance, but our defense stopped them. 31-17 against a Bills team that's pretty good, but I still feel like the Jets are much better than that, which worries me. You know, Mac Jones, the quarterback, I mean, that's not really the hardest quarterback to face. Hassan Reddick with 2 sacks, Sweat with 1.5, Archer with 1, Odigizua with 1, Parsons with 1. Wait. Oh, no, they had the half. I was like, well, how the hell did that happen? Jalen Ramsey with a pick, and we are out of here. They were 9-8 too, so that's a little like, all right, so KC do not have to play the Jets because we're, one of the better teams, even though we, didn't get the bye week. What chance do the Colts actually have to beat the Jets, though? That's what I want to know. Right to left is us. We had a couple of chances, but they locked us down. 3-3, still 3-3, 10-3. Halftime, 10-3, 17-3. You can kind of tell the way we're playing that even when we're off, we're a very hard team to beat. As you can see, the offense sucks, but the defense is making it so hard on them. The offense driving down, going to get a score with 2 minutes left. The Chiefs have a chance, though, but they throw the pick to Cam Smith, which will seal the game. A close call, though, as the Chiefs were driving down there at the end. Tua is a very good quarterback, so at least it wasn't like some bum quarterback that came, in long and almost beat us. Did throw 2 interceptions, though. Looking at our run game was not great. Slater gave up 2 sacks, which is just proof of how good this D-line is. 3 sacks for Parsons. Reddick with a pick as a defensive lineman. Because if he's still playing outside linebacker, he's playing left end, dude. How often is he going to be dropping in coverage? Like 3 times a game? All right, please be the Colts, dude. It's not going to be that. Oh! The Colts! They did it! Wow. Okay, we got to see this. So the Colts, they played the Ravens, won by 11. Then they beat the Jets by 2. My heroes. Brock Purdy. Damn. Okay. All right. So, I mean, if they can beat them, they could probably beat us. But this is a welcomed thing. We made it further than the team that stole our number 1 seed. All right. The other side, the Rams versus the Vikings. See if we can win this game. Get over to one of those teams. And maybe win a Super Bowl. All right, starting off strong with the stop and the touchdown. Another stop and a touchdown. They're going to get a touchdown this time, though. Defense gets a stop. We're driving. We get a touchdown before half, just like last week. Very clutch. 28-7, 28-14. It's letting it slip a little bit, and that will be the dagger. Another dagger. This team is just taking daggers. As we're now headed on to the Super Bowl, the Colts did all the heavy lifting, and we're going to reap the benefits. Taylor was pretty good. Obviously, Fletcher was amazing. Garrett Wilson. Taylor was really good because of the receiving stats. Garrett Wilson, solid numbers. And that's this pressure. This pressure has been insane. 2.5, 2. Alvarez got a sack, too. I mean, this defense is really doing some work. We are headed to the Super Bowl. And the Vikings. Let us see who it be. Gonna be us? Is it gonna be them? Let's take a look at our DevOps and go on in. Don't allow the Vikings to have a Super Bowl win, please. Taylor already was an X Factor because of the breakout, which is shocking, to be fair. I think all of these guys were all X Factors. Alvarez, was he already Superstar? Cameron Curl definitely wasn't, so that's clutch. Alvarez was, but Curl wasn't. So only dev up was actually Curl, but it's good to see a safety go up in dev, because it's been a while, dude. I've been missing out on start a Superstar dev safeties a lot. Usually they just stay star the whole freaking rebuild. Fletcher went up as well, I believe, because it did look a little different. But here we are, 15-2 versus 12-5. We have the better team. Let's see if we can win one. All right, Jaguars versus Vikings. They drive down for a touchdown, but don't get the extra point. We do, so we're up by 1. Now still up by 1. At some point, they're going to have to go for 2. They get the field goal. We're now up by 5. That extra point miss is really starting to haunt them now as they're down by 12, 35-16. I think the kicker can sleep soundly tonight knowing that he did not lose the game for them as they gave up 42 points. And we're going to win a Super Bowl with Fletcher and company. I can't believe how close the game was, though. Like, are we not, like, super the best team in the league? Like, how are we only, like, 3 overalls higher than them? Like, does any team have a Reddick and Micah Parsons? Do they have an Archer? I mean, I don't know. I feel like our team just didn't develop the way it should have, considering 4 years down the line, we were a super squad, right? Like, Pace never really developed. Garrett Wilson finally got to, like, the 90s. Pitts might be like near 99 in fairness, and Taylor's great, but like, I don't know, I feel like the team's development was still pretty slow considering how much talent it had. Linebackers are like barely 80 overall, I think. But you know what? Either way, we have won a Super Bowl, and that's the goal. We succeeded that goal. Here we are. Boom. Let's take a look at the stats. Both quarterbacks great, but Fletcher just a little bit better. Rushing, Taylor was just quite a bit better than Bijan. Bijan got destroyed. Richie James, of all players, the best receiver of the day. Unbelievable. Let's look at the sacks. Hassan Reddick, Archer, Parsons. They're always going to get theirs. Kicking, missed the extra point, but once again, didn't end up mattering in the end. As we're going to take a look at our stats, or our player ratings, and call it a rebuild. Starting to think that if this one took 4 seasons, if we do something like AI drafts and I can't trade or draft players, maybe not draft players, but I can't trade at all, and I can't use free agency, you know, it could be a bit harder. It could be a bit harder. Who would have thought? But let's take a look at Taylor. You know, I see him 99 overall all the time, but sometimes I want to see how good of a 99 overall he is. 95 trucking, 96 stiff arm with insane speed. Juke move's great. Spin move isn't great, but, you know, he is ridiculous, obviously. Garrett Wilson, the 92 overall. Never got to Superstar. No release, but really good everything else. Jumping's a little low, but that really doesn't matter too much. Rashee Rice, even though he really didn't start often, still an 84 overall, which is good. Release, not good. Very good catching. Route runnings are good, except for deep. Pace is an 86 overall. He's 23 going on 24, so he's still got time to develop. Got the release up, which is really rare for like any rookie wide receiver. And then let's take a look at Pitts, and then Mr. Fletcher. Kyle Pitts, the 99 overall, 92 speed, 96 catch, 92 catch in traffic, 92 spec, pretty good blocking, 91 short route, 89 medium route, literal wide receiver. Not that, you know, that would be unrealistic. 89 overall for Mr. Lloyd Fletcher. Short accuracy is really bad, though. Everything else is great. Yeah, I mean, he's got to get that freaking short accuracy up. I feel like that's like one of the ratings that the game really cares about in Sim as well. And then we look over at Mr. Ron Hartman, the superstar guard turned tackle. Finesse blocking's not great, but everything else is okay. His pass blocking base is not great, though. Parsons, let's take a look at Reddick, because he's not a guy that gets to 95 overall often. Not great block shed, decent power move, great finesse move, very athletic. Good tackling and all that, and he's been great throughout this thing. I guess we'll take a look at Parsons, who recently maxed 97 finesse, 95 power, 89 block shed, super speedy. He's a problem. He is a problem. Let's take a look at Odigizua. I was going to let him go, even though he had a pretty good season here, as he's got decent block shed, not great power move. I'm telling you, I think it's overall that matters more than actual ratings. Obviously, he has a lot of help around him, so, you know, almost anyone should get 5+ sacks on this with this line. 97 power move, 90 strength for Alan Archer, who is so freaking good. It's unbelievable. Easley's an 86 overall. Let's take a look at how good he looks still. 87 man, 80 zone. So he's getting there. He's definitely getting there. Let's go with Mr. Jalen Ramsey, 98 overall. He's getting up there in age, 31 years old now. 97 man, 96 zone, 98 press. He's ridiculous. I don't even know how you throw against him. If you press him up in man, it should literally be like you can't beat him. Like you just can't beat him. Daxton Hill actually developed pretty nicely. He's not a superstar, but pretty good. Definitely worth the very cheap steal of a contract we got him for. Camera curl we just looked at, but, you know, we kind of glanced over it. 84 hit power. Speed's okay. Excel's great. You know, got a lot of smarts like pursuit, tackle, and stuff like that. Let's take a look at Devin Lloyd. Almost called him Floyd. 84 overall. Pretty good block shed. Iffy zone. Obviously not the fastest guy in the world, but good enough. Wish he would have got a dev up, and, you know, maybe he would have been cooking as well. Turner, only a 79 overall. Like I said, you know, it's been a couple of seasons as a starter, and, you know, he's not really great. He's good block shed, terrible zone coverage. Obviously, all these players that we draft linebacker-wise are going to be athletic, so that's, you know, goes without saying. Alex Alvarez, great zone coverage, iffy block shed. You know, once again, athletic. That's all you can really say. And that's pretty much going to be it for this rebuild. If you guys have any other ideas for challenge rebuilds, you know, whether it's fantasy draft, maybe it's just a regular a regular rebuild where it's like you can't re-sign players or something. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below. I have another idea that's kind of like different-ish. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below. While you're there, maybe leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, I really appreciate continued support on the channel. And we'll probably have another video on Monday. Not even probably, we will, but don't think we'll be having one tomorrow. But could see a second channel upload on PK Plays. We'll see. Follow me on Twitter, Sean PK. And that's about it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you come back for next video. But until next video,